Good morning, everybody. I'm going to talk you through briefly how to approach the literary analysis for the test today or for tomorrow, depending which class you're in. So this is just some generic advice to give for any literary analysis for really any class, but I guess specifically for mine, since that's what you're doing right now. But I think you can take this knowledge and use it in other contexts as well. So let's get started. The first thing is who said it. So you need to really spend some time with those essay quotes ahead of time. They're on Canvas in the proper folder. So if you're doing the Macbeth test, they're going to be in the Macbeth folder on Canvas. It says essay options for test. You need to know who said that. Really spend some time going over who said each one, because if you write about a passage and you say it's the wrong character, you're not going to get a passing score. There's just no way to justify that. So really spend some time, at a very minimum, make sure that you know who said it. That passage is going to reveal something about characterization of that character. So think about what that is. It may also reveal something about another character if they're speaking about a character. So think about that. What does it reflect about the overall theme of the work, the whatever this character is saying? When did it happen? Identify the place that it takes place in the plot, not necessarily the act and scene number. That's not as significant to me as you knowing when it's happening in terms of the plot. This might reveal some foreshadowing. Maybe this is something that is coming to fruition that was foreshadowed earlier in the play, or maybe it's foreshadowing something that's going to happen later in the play. Think about why the passage occurs when it does. Is this a pivotal time that suggests a turning point or an epiphany or a point of no return for this character? Okay. Um, what's the significance of the meaning of the passage as a whole? It's a long play. Why does this passage stand out as important? Before you start really getting into the literary terms, you need to think about the significance or meaning of the passage and be sure to state your analysis of the overall significance of the meaning before you dive into those terms. Okay, if you just start rambling off terms, it doesn't necessarily suggest that you understand the passage as a whole. Okay, so going through the structure of the essay, you're going to start with an intro, which is going to be very brief, 1 to 2 sentences. You're going to tell me the title and the author of the work, make sure they're spelled correctly, make sure that if it's a major work like a play, you're going to italicize it. You're going to tell me when it's happening in the plot, who's saying it, and just the basic overall meaning or significance of the passage, not a deep analysis in the intro. Then the body, I would suggest a sequential approach where you move line by line through the passage. You focus on the significant wording or the diction, which is a literary term. Focus on literary terms that stand out. There's a hyperlink on this presentation that will take you to some literary terms. If your tool belt is a little bit empty, you can find some more to put in there before you have to do the analysis. Go-to terms. Here are some that you can always use. Characterization, plot, theme, foreshadowing, imagery, symbolism, iambic pentameter, allusion. What do all of those things reveal about the meaning or significance of the passage? Okay, so then we go into the conclusion. Again, 1 to 2 sentences only. This is a reflection on the overall significance or the punch of the passage. How would this work have gone differently if this passage had not been in it? Thinking about this will help you to pull out the importance of the whole passage as a whole. Okay, so when you cite quotes in your actual passage, you don't need to give me line numbers on a test because I've given you the passages themselves. So just put a few words in quotation marks. You don't need to write out whole lines. I have the passage, so don't waste your time writing them out. And so when you take the test, you're going to have 2 specific essays assigned to you. So make sure you look at that carefully when you get the announcement. And you're going to choose one of the 2 to write about. Okay, so you are going to have different choices than everybody else in the class. Probably nobody has the 2, or very unlikely that 2 people have the same 2 options. So you're going to be able to choose the one that works best for you and then hit the ground running. So this is open book, open notes. I don't recommend that you spend a lot of time doing anything on the internet because I feel like that's going to waste your time. Okay, that's it. So good luck, everybody, and I look forward to reading your essays.